It's pretty common for celebs to get a little work done. Some Botox here, a tummy tuck there. But these stars went so far that they totally changed their appearance. Here's the before and after.
You look in the mirror and go, oh, that looks good. You think, and you don't realize what it looks like to the outside person. I think I messed up a lot.
Priscilla Presley is largely known for three things. She was married to Elvis Presley, she starred in the Naked Gun films, and she played Jenna Wade in Dallas. Much of her work kept her in the public eye, and she remains a celebrity, activist, and philanthropist. She's also gone under the knife several times over the years. According to the Vera Clinic, it's believed that Priscilla has had cheek fillers, a facelift, lip line correction, a rhinoplasty, and Botox injections. Priscilla admitted to having seen an incompetent reconstructive surgeon who also turned out to be unlicensed. That happened in 2003, and the details are pretty disturbing. The surgeon, Daniel Serrano, was only qualified to work as a nurse at the time, and he injected Priscilla with low-grade industrial silicone used to lubricate car parts. She's never looked the same since, despite her best efforts to correct the damage. Joan Van Ark is probably best known for her work on 70s and 80s shows like Dallas and Knots Landing, or if you're into these kinds of things, the 1972 movie Frogs, a horror movie about frogs. But these days, Van Ark is probably more known for her multiple cosmetic surgery procedures.
It's more the norm now. It's the norm.
Yeah. In 2020, several people who claimed to be close to Van Ark told the Globe that she'd had multiple procedures done over the years, saying she never truly liked how she looked, even in her youth in the 80s. And once she had money to burn, she tried to make herself look pretty with plastic surgery. One surgeon who'd never actually worked on her also told the National Enquirer that he believed Van Ark's appearance was due to numerous procedures, saying, I suspect she's had at least one facelift, if not two, causing her neckline and jawline to look tight. Her forehead is smooth and wrinkle-free, a possible consequence of a brow lift and Botox. That doctor suggested that Van Ark stay away from any more invasive surgeries and focus on taking care of her skin. Jocelyn Wildenstein was a Swiss socialite who had a highly publicized divorce from famous art dealer Alec Wildenstein in 1999. After that, Jocelyn became well known for her lavish lifestyle and seemingly addictive need to keep having plastic surgery done, which ultimately earned her the nickname Catwoman. Wildenstein underwent numerous procedures during her marriage, and when the divorce was settled, the judge actually ordered her not to use any of her alimony on more work. She initially denied having plastic surgery, but eventually she admitted to having some eye work done to try and make them more cat-like, which she did while still married. Even though she didn't talk about it too much, it's incredibly likely that she had more work done over the years. Surgeons told the Daily Mail she likely had multiple eyelid surgeries and cheek implants, along with facelifts, filler injections, a rhinoplasty, and other procedures. Wildenstein died in Paris from a pulmonary embolism on December 31st, 2024, at the age of 84. Like many actors, Tara Reid started out small, appearing in minor roles in television shows before making it big on the silver screen. That came when she played Bunny Lebowski in The Big Lebowski, and before long she found work in Cruel Intentions and Urban Legend. Her breakout role came in the teen comedy American Pie and its sequels. Reid has had multiple plastic surgeries over the years, and later revealed she had a botched breast augmentation. That was only the half of it, because Reid's extensive plastic surgery also included liposuction, which had horrible results. She told Us Weekly, "My stomach became the most ripply, bulgy thing. I had a hernia, this huge bump next to my belly button. As a result, I couldn't wear a bikini. I lost a lot of work." Changes like that impacted Reid's ability to work, so she did something about it. She had a lot of the work repaired, and she also had her tummy fixed.
I got a slight eyebrow lift, and that's why I had these staples in my head. Permanent? Yeah.
There are plenty of popular reality TV stars, and Heidi Montag was one of the biggest to find fame in the 2000s. She established herself in The Hills and continued to show up in all manner of reality TV series over the years. While on The Hills, Montag married fellow cast member Spencer Pratt, and then went on to appear in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. She's also dabbled in music over the years. And through it all, Montag has become known for her plastic surgeries, which altered many aspects of her appearance. When she was 23, she underwent 10 procedures at once.
I had injections in my lips. I had my chin shaved down. I had my breasts redone.
While she was happy about the work she received at such a young age, Montag later came to regret the manner in which she went about it, telling Cosmopolitan, "I was way too young to make such a life-changing decision."
I had my own fat injected into my cheeks. I had my ears pinned back.
She also nearly died on the operating table, requiring constant care throughout her recovery. Her altered facial structure was drastic, to say the least. Pixee Fox is a model, but her appearance has evolved considerably since she began working professionally. These days, Fox is known as the living cartoon, and for good reason. It's her goal to look as much as possible like Jessica Rabbit from Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Aurora from Sleeping Beauty. Fox has amassed more than 200 plastic surgery procedures since beginning her transformation.
I am proud over what I have achieved. I think it's amazing. I have new face, new body. It's a lot.
The more she did, the harder it actually was to find a plastic surgeon willing to work on her. Her most drastic procedure was a rib shortening surgery done in 2015. 6 of her lower ribs were shortened, giving her a 16-inch waist. Fox claims that she wears a corset at all times, only removing it when she showers or exercises. Doctors have warned her against getting other procedures, but it doesn't seem as if Fox is willing to stop until she's achieved her dream look. Courteney Cox first found fame by appearing in Bruce Springsteen's music video for Dancing in the Dark when the singer pulled her on stage to dance along with him. Aside from that, though, she's obviously best known today for playing Monica in Friends, which made her incredibly rich and famous. After Friends came to an end in 2004, Cox went on to star in Cougar Town and continued acting in the Scream franchise, though her look started to change in her early 40s. Cox began getting facial fillers, which altered the shape of her cheeks, jawline, eyes, forehead, and more. She's spoken about her fillers multiple times over the years and has gotten them all dissolved. Unfortunately, they left a mark and permanently altered her appearance. While speaking on the Los Angeles podcast in 2023, Cox spoke about her regret regarding fillers and how she kept adding to the problem.
It's a domino effect. It's like you don't realize that you look a little off, so then you keep doing more because you look normal to yourself.
Comments from the public helped Cox realize she'd gone overboard with her procedures, which is why she opted to have them removed. With the fillers dissolved, Cox has embraced her natural aging and is unlikely to undergo another cosmetic procedure in the future. Lil Kim's big break came when she was recruited by the Notorious B.I.G. in the early 90s. That gave Kim a platform, and she spent much of the decade recording and making a name for herself in the rap community. It didn't take long for Kim to become successful, and she's won numerous awards for her work. Kim is also a fashion icon, but her personal appearance has changed drastically since her discovery in the 90s. Kim's altered look isn't entirely due to a plastic surgery addiction, though she's had many procedures over the years. In 2004, horrifically, she was beaten and required reconstructive surgery to repair the damage to her face. Since that experience, Kim has continued to alter her look through plastic surgery. Dr. Gary Breslow told Page 6 in 2016 that he believed Kim had filler to her cheeks, or she may have had cheek implants. She's also reportedly had multiple rhinoplasty procedures and a chin implant, as well as lip augmentation and skin bleaching. He also noted that the lightened skin is permanent and irreversible. Mickey Rourke was an A-lister early in the 80s, but his career hit a lull for a while, and he spent some of the intervening years in the boxing ring. At the end of that boxing career, Rourke had a record of 6 wins, 2 draws, and a seriously damaged face. Rourke retired from boxing and worked as a supporting actor throughout the 90s, eventually mounting a comeback as Marv in 2005's Sin City, setting him on the path to a much larger career. But his years getting punched in real life made it necessary for him to get reconstructive surgery. In 2009, he told the Daily Mail, "Most of it was to mend the mess of my face because of the boxing, but I went to the wrong guy to put my face back together. I had my nose broken twice. I had 5 operations on my nose and 1 on a smashed cheekbone." Fortunately, Rourke finally found his way to a good surgeon, and the damage was largely repaired, although he never looked the same. Probably best known in her native England, Katie Price began modeling in the 90s under the stage name Jordan, appearing in numerous publications. Price also branched out into reality TV in the 2000s and appeared in several hit programs including I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, and Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh, I look horrific. Luckily that was before my surgery.
Price has gone through a ton of changes over the years thanks to multiple plastic surgery procedures. She says she had her first breast augmentation at the age of 20 and hasn't slowed down since. She's had lip fillers, Botox injections, multiple rhinoplasties, several sets of veneers, tattooed makeup, multiple facelifts, and well over a dozen known breast augmentation surgeries. Looking at her today, she appears to be a completely different person than she was in the 90s. She continues to alter her appearance through cosmetic procedures, with no sign of stopping anytime soon. The 80s was Jennifer Grey's decade. She popped up in some of the most culturally significant films of the time: Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Red Dawn, Reckless, and most importantly, Dirty Dancing. That movie planted Grey's feet firmly in Hollywood. But unfortunately, it didn't mark the beginning of a meteoric rise to fame. As the 90s crept around, her work began to slow, but it wasn't because of her acting. The way she tells it, it was because of a nose job. The actor had a prominent nose, and Grey has come to believe that having plastic surgery to correct it is what damaged her career. She went under the knife after the success of 1987's Dirty Dancing, and while the surgery worked to reduce the shape of her nose, it also cost her jobs. Her mother suggested she get the procedure done because she thought it would bring her more roles. Unfortunately, the opposite was true, which Grey learned when she bumped into Michael Douglas at a premiere shortly after, and he didn't recognize her. Grey's nose was completely reshaped, which was what she wanted. Unfortunately, she was no longer recognized as the actor from Dirty Dancing, and finding jobs became difficult.
Jennifer Grey ruined her career, ruined her face, took away everything unique about her.
Michael Jackson was highly regarded for his brilliant musical talents, but he was also known for drastically changing his appearance over the years. For starters, his skin lost much of its pigment from vitiligo. He also had a form of skin lupus that likely damaged his cartilage. Then, in 1984, Jackson was severely burned while filming a Pepsi ad, requiring multiple skin grafts and other measures to aid in his recovery. Because of these conditions and injuries, he began receiving cosmetic procedures, including injecting collagen to fill scars. His condition likely destroyed much of the cartilage in his nose, which may be why he had it reshaped so drastically. Jackson is suspected to have undergone multiple rhinoplasties throughout his life to fix the damage. He may also have reshaped his chin and jaw, but whatever work he had done, there's no denying that Jackson at 50 looked nothing like he did at any point in his life. Donatella Versace is best known as a fashion designer, but she's also a businesswoman, model, and socialite. She became the creative director of the Versace brand in 1997 and stayed in that position until 2025, when she stepped down and took on a new role as chief brand ambassador. And over all those years, she's never been able to shake off some pesky plastic surgery rumors. The only cosmetic procedure Versace has admitted to having done is Botox injections, but plenty of surgeons have said that she almost definitely did more than that over the years. One doctor told the Daily Express, "She has had quite the evolution in her appearance. It appears she has had a face and neck lift, improving the overall shape and contour of her face." He also believed she worked on contouring her cheekbones, received fat grafting and filler, and modified the shape of her chin and jawline. But unless she admits it in an interview one day, that's all just conjecture. Unlike your run-of-the-mill celebrity who gets plastic surgery, Justin Jedlica is a celebrity because of plastic surgery. He's had so many procedures done that he's been dubbed the human Ken doll. Jedlica isn't telling people he hasn't had any work done, far from it. Instead, he's a plastic surgery advocate who readily and happily talks about all the surgeries he's had since beginning his quest to reshape his body into a form he felt better suited himself. He had to wait until his 18th birthday to get started, but as soon as he was legally able to do so, Jedlica had his nose reconstructed. He followed this with all manner of procedures, including implants in his chest, shoulders, biceps, and triceps. He's also had augmentation work on his cheeks, a lip augmentation, and a buttocks augmentation. Thanks to this passion, Jedlica is also a reality TV star, having appeared in 3 different seasons of Botched and Men of West Hollywood, as well as other programs. Jedlica is obviously pretty transparent about his surgeries, even documenting them on his website, where he offers plastic surgery consulting services.
Eventually, we'll have Justin implants for everybody.
Like Justin Jedlica, Herbert Chavez turned his life into a testament to plastic surgery. The Superman enthusiast decided he wouldn't merely dress up like the Man of Steel, he would physically become him.
Idol is the Man of Steel, and I hope to become the Man of Plastic.
He underwent 23 surgeries across 18 years to reshape his face to look more like the last son of Krypton. As you can imagine, his obsession turned Chavez into a celebrity, and he's well known for dressing up as Superman and speaking with kids in costume in his native Philippines. Chavez has spent a lot of money to transform himself, which required multiple nose jobs, liposuction, pectoral and abdominal implants, jaw realignment, skin whitening, and much more. And he loves it all. Chavez told the Daily Mail, "I don't have any regrets at all. People come up to me in the street all the time and want their picture taken with me. They are all really excited to see a real-life Superman in the Philippines." Years before she made a splash in The Practice, Lara Flynn Boyle made a name for herself in Twin Peaks, playing Donna Hayward. That role was hardly Boyle's first, but it helped define her career. She went on to play extremely well-known roles like the antagonist, Serlina in Men in Black 2, and Stacy in Wayne's World.
Don't look, Stacy.
Where? Oh God, I made eye contact.
While she's also had plenty of success on the small screen, Boyle hasn't been in a series since a guest spot in an episode of Law & Order in 2008, so she hasn't been in the spotlight as much in recent years. Rumors of plastic surgery damaging her career abounded on the internet in the 2010s when it was believed she had several rhinoplasty procedures, facial fillers, lip augmentation, and either a brow lift or facelift. In 2014, a specialist in Beverly Hills told the Daily Mail she should refrain from having any additional procedures and would not benefit from having further work performed at this time. Joan Rivers was a comedy genius, having started her career in the 50s. Though her initial work was in the theater, she eventually found greater fame when she appeared on The Tonight Show, where her comedy consistently brought in the laughs. She went on to appear in all manner of television series and feature films. One thing she's probably best remembered for was the stunning amount of plastic surgery procedures she had during her life. The comedian was outspoken about her many surgeries, which amounted to hundreds throughout her time under the needle and knife. Rivers' daughter Melissa believed her mother's surgery count was over 300.
They come up to you in a bar and they say things like, "I got something in here I know you want." That's where you keep a plastic surgeon? My God!
Her appearance drastically changed as time passed, altering the shape of her nose, her chin, her cheekbones, her eyes, and everything else in between. Rivers also got Botox injections at least twice a year. Tragically, it was a medical procedure that took her life on September 4th, 2014, at the age of 81. She was undergoing an endoscopy when she stopped breathing. Melissa sued the clinic for medical malpractice, as Rivers' brain didn't get enough oxygen during the surgery, and the suit was settled in 2016. Renée Zellweger's big break came when she scored the lead in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre sequel, and the roles kept on coming. While Zellweger has appeared in plenty of films and franchises, her true breakout performance came in 1996's Jerry Maguire, where she played Tom Cruise's love interest. She went on to star in the Bridget Jones films and won 2 Academy Awards for 2003's Cold Mountain and 2019's Judy. Over the years, Zellweger's appearance has noticeably changed. This was pointed out in 2014 when she was photographed at the Elle Women in Hollywood Awards show, leading to widespread speculation of plastic surgery. This didn't go unnoticed by the actor, who addressed the rumors in an op-ed for HuffPost titled "We Can Do Better." In it, Zellweger denied a tabloid's report of having plastic surgery on her eyes, pointing to her natural aging and hectic schedule. Despite this, rumors persist about her changed appearance. One doctor who hasn't treated her believes she had 2 liquid facelifts. He speculated to The Sun in 2025 that she probably began receiving lip filler and Botox treatments in 2005. Whatever the truth, there's no denying Zellweger's appearance has kept the public wondering. For some people, Bobby Norris is an LGBTQ role model, having advocated to the British Parliament in 2019 to make homophobia a criminal offense. For other folks, he's a popular TV personality in his native England, where he's popped up in a plethora of reality TV programs, including The Only Way is Essex, Celebs Go Dating, and Celebs on the Farm. Wherever fans know him from, Norris remains an outspoken and positive member of his community, and he's maintained his signature smile throughout. Norris has had many plastic surgery procedures throughout his professional career, including Botox and lip filler treatments. He's discussed his lack of self-confidence as one of the reasons he's had so much work done.
I'm having a beard transplant done, and I couldn't be more excited.
One of Norris's most drastic surgeries was a beard transplant, which gave him a full face of hair that's not entirely natural in appearance. This elicited some on social media to call out his new look, but Norris tends to ignore the negativity. Melanie Griffith became an accomplished actor early in her career, playing evocative characters in films like Body Double, Something Wild, and Working Girl. the last of which earned her an Academy Award nomination. As time passed, Griffith's appearance began to change, and some people believed that she went a bit overboard with her plastic surgery. Most comments were critical, and like Courteney Cox, Griffith noticed and did something about it. She admitted as much in an interview with Porter magazine in 2017, saying, "I didn't realize until people started saying, 'Oh my God, what has she done?' I was so hurt. I went to a different doctor, and he started dissolving all of this that this other woman doctor had put in. Hopefully, I look more normal now." Like many other actors in Hollywood, the pressure to remain youthful sent Griffith overboard with plastic surgery, and she paid for it. It's unclear which surgeries and procedures she's had done over the years, but she's owned up to having bad plastic surgery and likely won't go back under the knife or needle anytime soon. Janice Dickinson rose to widespread fame in the fashion industry in the 80s before transitioning from modeling work to television. She went on to judge several seasons of America's Next Top Model and also appeared in other reality shows. While the model had a signature appearance and style throughout her career, Dickinson looks unrecognizable now, the result of numerous plastic surgery procedures done over the years. She revealed on the Off the Vine with Caitlin Bristow podcast that her first procedure was done when she was 32.
Is there any surgeries you regret?
Oh, no.
No.
She's been outspoken about her many plastic surgeries over the years, appearing in a 2014 episode of Botched to repair an over 30-year-old breast augmentation. Dickinson also revealed that she had a tummy tuck and Botox injections. In 2013, she told In Touch, quote, "I live for plastic surgery." You know a model has made it big when only one of their claims to fame is appearing on the covers of hundreds of magazines. Linda Evangelista is one such supermodel, having begun her career in the 80s in New York City. She spent much of the decade as one of the most in-demand and famous models in the world. There's no denying that Evangelista left an impact on the industry that remains to this day. She retired from modeling in 1998, though she didn't immediately fade from public life. Unfortunately, that changed in the 2010s after Evangelista had a disfiguring and failed cosmetic procedure. She underwent a fat reduction process called cool sculpting, which had the opposite results that she desired. Evangelista took to Instagram in 2021 to explain her absence from the world, writing, "It increased, not decreased my fat cells and left me permanently deformed even after undergoing 2 painful, unsuccessful corrective surgeries. I have been left, as the media described, unrecognizable." Evangelista effectively disappeared from public life and only returned via a People magazine cover story in 2022. At the time, her repair work had fixed several aspects of her appearance, though she has not fully returned to her previous look and likely won't. Unsurprisingly, she sued Cool Sculpting's parent company for $50 million, which she ultimately settled in 2022 for an undisclosed amount. Cardi B's rise to fame began on Vine, which brought her to the attention of VH1 and the show Love and Hip Hop New York. That widened Cardi B's audience significantly, giving her the platform she needed to make a splash in the industry. Since then, the rapper has achieved 5 #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100 list and received numerous accolades throughout her career, including a Grammy Award. Cardi B had several plastic surgery procedures over the years. In 2020, she revealed that she had a rhinoplasty, though it's believed she may have been the recipient of a botched facelift as well. She's also had several breast augmentation surgeries and a Brazilian butt lift, requiring several liposuctions and injections. It's her butt that gets most of the attention, and it's also something Cardi B came to regret. During an Instagram Live, she admitted to having had most of her implants removed, saying, "In January, right after I shot Like What, I went and got surgery. I got some more butt injections removed. Because, it takes rounds to get your butt injections removed." There aren't that many musical artists who've been called one of the greatest singer-songwriters of all time, but Kenny Rogers was counted among them. While he began in country music, Rogers expanded to include several genres, including rock, pop, jazz, and folk music, proving he had a diverse range. The musician underwent several cosmetic procedures, which didn't have the desired results. Rogers regretted getting plastic surgery, and in several interviews over the years, he's explained that he was partly bored and felt he needed to change his appearance during a lull in his career.
There was a time when I had a lot of money and a lot of time, and I thought, what the hell, I'll go do something, And Dolly and I used to laugh about it.
New York plastic surgeon Dr. Andrew Miller, who didn't work on Rogers, believes he had a brow lift that went too high and a procedure to remove excess skin around the eyes. Rogers passed away in March 2020 and left behind a musical legacy that far outweighed any changes in his appearance. Most fans first met K. Michelle when she appeared in the first 2 seasons of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, though she left and later returned in the 5th season. Michelle also has an impressive discography of singles and studio albums. And she's pretty well known for her many cosmetic surgeries too. Most notably, she's had a great deal of work on her butt, which was poorly enhanced via silicone injections. She's since had several procedures to have that work removed, but much of her plastic surgery enhancements remain. These include a breast lift and implants, Botox injections, face fillers, and more. Her 2022 series, My Killer Body with K. Michelle, shined a light on the dangers of cosmetic surgery. Part of the reason Michelle had to remove her butt injections was because she had them done illegally by an unlicensed physician, and they weren't done properly. This caused significant damage, which she had to have repaired over multiple procedures.
You know, it took me about 13 surgeries later in 3 years.
Carrot Top got his start in the 80s and built his career on late-night appearances and prop comedy.
I remember literally going to college and calling my mom and dad saying, how's school doing? I said, good, I'm doing comedy. What are you doing comedy? You're not funny.
But over the years, he started to look a little different. In 2013, Carrot Top appeared on Oprah, Where Are They Now?, and denied getting plastic surgery, saying, "No, it just takes a lot of makeup to make me look good. I get a lot of grief because I've always been in shape, and I think for comedy in general, they don't expect comics to be in shape." But apparently nobody believed him. One doctor told CBS News that he was pretty sure Carrot Top had laser treatments or chemical peels, adding, "At least it appears he's left his eyelids alone, although maybe they're next." In the end, only Carrot Top and his doctor know for sure. Meg Ryan was everywhere in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, starring in some of the biggest dramas and romantic comedies of those eras. But she began to appear in fewer projects in the 21st century. While she has neither confirmed nor denied the plastic surgery rumors, according to Dr. Mark Youssef, Ryan clearly had work done. He told Hollywood Life, "The most obvious thing that she's had done is some sort of filler or fat transfer to her cheek. When she smiles, all of that filler moves up and makes her eyes look smaller. The reason she looks masculine is because of the placement of the volume in her cheeks." Dr. Youssef also pointed to Ryan's face shape, which he believed showed evidence of a facelift. Also altered is the texture of her face, possibly due to laser resurfacing. Ryan's on-screen career hasn't been as active as it was in the 20th century, but she's shifted her focus to directing, producing, and writing.
The best is yet to come!
Before she worked for Fox News or became associated with the Trump family, Kimberly Guilfoyle had a very different public image. She worked as a model and was married to California Governor Gavin Newsom at one point, but her liberal days are long behind her. As she spent more and more time in the limelight, Guilfoyle's appearance changed drastically, and the rumor mill suggests that might be because of plastic surgery, although she's never claimed to have had any work done. Guilfoyle once criticized Representative Nancy Pelosi for allegedly getting some work done, but experts are of the opinion that she's had a few things nipped and tucked in and around her face. One expert suggested she had lip filler to try and retain her more youthful look, and she might have had cheek filler as well. It also looks like Guilfoyle had veneers installed, so almost no part of her face retains any of the natural look it had in previous decades.